Lockdown restrictions are being eased, but the effects on businesses are long-term. Business owner Paul Mizzi and producer Andrew May have decided to talk to business owners, to hear their stories, learn how to deal with the current situation, and look towards the future. We offer them coffee or Corona, and the flow of the conversation is determined by the beverage of choice. Today, Paul welcomes a guest to his factory, a musician and business owner who is now a builder and designer.
G'day, Paul.
Okay, Bob, how are you? Coffee or Corona?
Well, I don't drink coffee.
Well, that's easy.
One drug I managed to avoid.
Other than James Rain telling me to fuck off, I've never met an Aussie rock and roller living legend. So I wanted today to introduce my first guest, Bob Bongo Starkie, whose band had a string of hits throughout the 70s and enjoyed enormous fame. Bob, what was it like to be in Sherbet?
No, I played in AC/DC.
So as a young bloke, you would have had some great days, some fantastic times. Do you miss those days?
Did I miss those days? Well, you know, I'm glad I had them. I think playing in a band is a great joy, but I'm still doing that now, playing with some great musicians around the joint, you know. We had a really good run, and there are a lot of great memories, that's for sure.
You enjoyed fame at the height of the sexual revolution. How many penicillin shots did you have, and were they covered by Medicare? We go back about 10 years. You designed all our reception, our showroom, you built all our joinery, and you're a very skilled cabinet maker. How did you go from music and playing in bands into forging a career in the building industry?
I've always been a do-it-yourself kind of guy. When I was in the Skyhooks, I actually owned a shop, like a record store.
Okay.
And so I did a property development on that site, and I did I fitted out the record store with all my own, design stuff. And I got this sense of design from my father. He was an Air Force officer.
Yep.
And, he was quite high up in the Air Force, and he was able to get these Italian design magazines, right, brought into the library, which he'd bring home. And so from when I was a teenager, I was actually looking in these books and checking out, this beautiful Italian design. The way I design, I like to make things to look beautiful, but also super practical. And I select materials that are just beautiful, like stone or, solid timbers or veneers, like glass. I like using a lot of glass. Actually.
So what's the standout job for you that you've done that you thought, gee, wow, that looks really cool?
I think the very first lawyer's chamber that I did, the story is this: I was actually in the family court jurisdiction. I'm in this lawyer's office. He's charging me $5,000 a day. Right? And I'm sitting in this office, and it was just full of crap. Piles of paper and shit everywhere, And I said, "Look, David, where do you spend your money? I mean, for fuck's sake, this is terrible." And he said, "Well, Bob, we're about to move chambers, so you want to do something about it." Yeah. So that was the first job I got.
Did you take the work off the fee?
No.
Lawyer. Fucking arsehole.
What ended up happening is all these other lawyer mates.
Yeah, so basically word of mouth.
Yeah, well, everything I've done is word of mouth.
Yeah, well, that's the best form of advertising.
They had all these, the Lego set sort of cabinet making lawyers' chambers, Brownie's just gone, "Oh man,
wow.
I love you."
It's
because
fantastic.
all these mates were saying, "Oh, look, you've got this dumbass musician doing your office for you." But this one, it was just beautiful, and it's still there to this day.
Oh, fantastic.
But it's a one-off.
Having worked with you, I can tell you're really fussy, really particular, and you're the only bloke that I know that really stresses out if it doesn't come according to your vision. If it wasn't for the strength of word of mouth that you're getting, what do you think that smaller businesses would have to do to try and stay viable and keep working?
In a slowdown, what do you do? I mean, it's kind of, look, everything's about turnover. Yeah. If you don't have turnover, you got nothing.
That's right.
Right? And so I think it's a case of working out how to wind down and use that time as well as you can, for when you're going to get going. Maybe work on computer programs or stuff like that can help you. be more nimble off the ground when you're coming out of this thing. But I mean, everyone's in the same position.
What's your take on the building industry in the future? Like,
well, you know, I don't reckon it's going to be a problem because
you think so?
look, the thing is, everyone's running like rats on wheels anyway, right? And the building industry hasn't been hit that hard. There's still stuff moving. The way I've always looked at the economy is like the government does fuck all anyway. It's the people that provide the energy, and they're the ones who make it all happen anyway.
Yeah, well, that's right.
And so people are just going to come out and they're just going to be working harder or whatever, you know. Yeah. Look, I've got a lot of faith in the general population, because that's what I do. If I've been embezzled, I've lost everything at once in time, you know, and I just have to pick yourself up. Yeah. But now it's the time when you can actually skill up, you know.
What we found is in our business is we're trying to come up with a range of products outside of our normal offering, and we're using this downtime to research it and do some marketing on it and see whether or not on the other side, we can hit the market with a new product. And that's probably what I'd recommend businesses do as well,
Well, why not?
So Bob, if you had a choice, what would it be? Rock and roll band surrounded by beautiful women, partying, late nights, travelling, or making furniture?
That's not a question.
Well, anyway, I just really want to thank you for coming here today and sharing your experiences with us. I think it's a good journey from where you've been to where you are, and so really thank you for your time and thanks for. Oh shit! Sorry, man. Good on you, Bob. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.